I think all of us live sort of increasingly noisy lives, increasingly busy and bustling lives. And I think sometimes, because increasing numbers of us live in the city or in big towns, it's harder and harder to have sort of refuge from that noise. And I mean, George Orwell famously said, writing in the 1940s, I think, he was talking about defining the future. And one of the things that he feared was this image of the jackboot constantly stamping down on the human face. But there were other things as well. And one of the things he predicted was you will never be out of the sound of music. And I do think when you're in the modern city today, you're kind of assailed by music, whether you want it or not, in shops, in shopping malls, in pubs, in restaurants. And I think that's something that I find quite intrusive and irritating. I know many other people perhaps of my age do as well. But that made me think about, how is it different in the early modern period? And I think certainly for large numbers of early modern people, their world was just much quieter. Now, I'm not going to suggest that it was silent, because obviously it was full of noise, but the noises were different. Many of them were sort of more natural, I think, than the noises that we're used to now. And although in the middle of a big city, obviously, it would be going on all the time, I think in some ways noise was less incessant and intrusive, certainly for people living in the countryside, than it is today.